I read something lately that really caught my attention saying that, you shouldn't just automate for the sake of automation. You shouldn't just try to take existing processes and just port them all to some sort of agentic magic. It's the same trap we fell into with RPA pretty hard, to be frank. And what you're talking about, I think, is the same kind of problem. And that is that, if you're going to adopt a new technology that will purportedly help you to achieve more in a quicker time frame, maybe you should be thinking not about just doing what you're doing already faster, but instead rethink what you're doing. Are what are we spending our time that we're gaining on? If you're just going to help your Japanese salarymen sing more karaoke more sadly at night, I'm not sure that's an objective you want.
Well, and I've had this view for a long time. It's, A, automating the wrong thing just means you do the wrong thing faster and make a bigger mess, right?
Mhm.
And B, to your point, most of the time, whether it's re-engineering processes, it's automation, it's RPA, it's agentic and AI and agents, is that's the time to really think about what do we need now, because that process was created a year, 5, 10 years, maybe 25 years ago. Who knows how long ago that? In the time that was created, you know, so much has changed, but the cost to change it since then, or maybe the will to, just wasn't high enough. So you don't necessarily have to throw it all out, but it's also a time to say, well, what should we really do? And what's the outcome we really want now? Because that outcome we wanted then was to eliminate yellow pad paper and pencils. Okay, well, that's already happened. So now we need to think of a different goal, right? And I'm picking kind of ridiculous, but that probably was a goal at some point in time
I'm
in a
sure it
in a
was,
process,
man.
you know?
It's
So
like the
same thing
invention of the
happens with,
typewriter,
God, I took
is it
typing
not?
class in high school. Yeah.
Did you not have the question in your head, why on earth are the keys arranged this way? This is the most inefficient arrangement I can imagine. And it was simply because the little ball heads that we used, or actually before the ball heads, where you just had the hammer strikes, had to be split so that they wouldn't collide if you pressed more than one at a time.
Yes. How many people in our audience have actually used something where two letters striking a piece of paper collided and you had to just like rock and sock and
Exactly.
robot.
Oh my
Right.
God, Mitch, we have just illustrated exactly how old we are.
No, well, I'll tell you how old I am. I got a typewriter for my high school graduation present.
Nice.
And that
Wow.
lasted me
Yeah.
about 4 years and I was over it. But
I'm
anyway,
over it.
so please check out that article. I think there's some really good stuff in it.